Hey guys, 5 signs of 5-dimensional ascension or 5D ascension. In other words, we're going to talk about 5 signs of higher consciousness, a higher awareness when you get to these plateaus or these different levels of conscious awareness. They're powerful. Once you can tap into this, that's what they refer to as 5D or just higher consciousness. You know, consciousness has different levels. As they say, there are levels to this thing, and I'm going to show you the 5 signs that you are on approach or you're reaching that level. You're about to be a very high creative being. You are now able to tap into the universe. You're able to communicate with different beings and entities, and this etheric world now becomes your domain, and you can start to exercise your power to create your life by design. So let's jump into the 5 signs that you're entering a higher level of conscious awareness. All right. Sign number 1, you have a strong compassion of self. Your self-compassion is very, very strong now. You have this unique ability to examine situation, to focus on yourself, to take care of yourself, just to be aware of yourself. You're now very sensitive to energies, the way you think and the way you feel. That's a sign that you're entering this higher level of consciousness. Now, the thing you gotta remember now, once you enter what they call the 5-dimension or 5D level of awareness or consciousness, here's something interesting you have to know about how this works. You see, when you get to the top or that level, within that level, there is just a flow. There is no meaning. It just is. It's the source of all creation. You're able to see the light, the dark, all together as one. You don't see good, you don't see evil, you don't see bad. You see everything as a unique flow. Okay? That's very important. So that's sign number 1, that you're ascending to a higher consciousness or the 5D consciousness. Sign number 2, loss of fear. It's not saying that you don't fear or your brain won't give you fear, but you won't approach or you won't interpret or interact with fear that most people usually do. Fear doesn't influence you anymore. When fear pops in now, it's just that. It's just a thought. It's just an emotion. It's an energy. You let it in and pass out. In other words, you don't succumb to it. Because now, that's a sign. Now, when you start to get that, it tells us or it tells you that now you're entering that higher plane of conscious awareness, that next level of consciousness. Because up there, fear doesn't exist. Remember, fear is a human concept. We made it up. Human beings created fear. Fear, doubt, worry. Those have no real basis in reality. So once you see that, you start to understand, wow, I'm very powerful. I don't need to fear, because all it is an illusion. I overcome fear. Fear is nothing to me, and I can create and manifest more. That shows you're in a higher level of ascension. So that's sign number 2. Now, sign number 3, loss of judgment. You no longer judge people or situations. You're now impervious. What you do now, you observe and you understand. That's a very key point. Because see, judgment, when you judge things or other people, you judge yourself. It holds you back. It brings you down. You get stuck in this lower level. Higher intelligent beings, if you want to be a higher intelligent being, they have no judgment. They see things in duality. They understand perspectives. They observe, they become aware, and they don't pass any judgment. That frees up a lot of creative space. Now you have the ability to focus on the bigger picture. So that's sign number 3, that you're moving into that 5D ascension. Sign number 4, you start to experience rapid manifestation of your dreams and goals. Now this is a very, very important sign. Because you see, when you get to that next level, it's called the etheric level. In that level, that's where the immaterial or the invisible is the background of all of this. And once you're in there, you're able to go directly to the source through your intention. So you have rapid manifestations through your intention. For example, you'll sit back and you'll say, you know what, it'd be nice to have that. You let it go. Boom. A couple days later it comes. Man, that looks fun. I'd like to get that. Boom, you get it. Visualize this. It's fun. things that start manifesting. It could be small things or big things. That's because now you have ascended, because now you have no judgment, you have more compassion, right? And you have the ability now to focus. You have no fear. So look, if you notice these signs, what they're basically doing is, you know what they're doing? They're detaching you from your ego. You're becoming free from your false self. You're not killing your ego, you're not destroying it. But what you're doing is you're moving away now. You're becoming the true essence of who you are, becoming your true version of yourself. That's sign number 4. Right? Now, sign number 5, that you are moving into a higher 5-dimensional ascension, is the ability to use telepathic influence, telepathy, using your mind to influence things. That's very powerful. So if you don't know, guys, let me show you something about how human beings evolve. Why do we have 2 voices? I have a voice I can speak, and I have a voice in my head. You know, they've estimated within the next 3,000 years, human beings will evolve so highly that our mouths will get smaller, foreheads will get bigger, like a baby face, your eyes will get bigger, and you will be speaking telepathy. We'll be using our minds to talk. We evolved that way. People look around and you may be shocked and say, what is this guy talking about? This makes no sense. Let me show you something how science works. Now everything is entangled, superposition state. When you pick up your phone and you make a call, that's like a telepathic signal. You're here and I'm in another country. Instantly I connect. What's happening there? It's just information being transferred via the ear, over ear. Same thing with video. When you watch something, it's coming from information. It's all in the air. Everything's in the information is here. In the air, the element, space. Guess what? So is your thoughts. When you think something, you're sending information, just like your phone. Hey, what's up? That voice goes in the air and gets into the other person's head. So, look at it this way. Our brains were equipped for survival or just to interpret a small fraction of actual reality, right? But our brains also were equipped or are equipped with turning the telepathic messages on. So the best analogy I like to give is like a car. So when you purchase a car, let's say you have a car. So the car is a sports car, right? So the car is made to give certain power. But the car is also equipped if you want to add a supercharger or a turbo. All the components are there to attach the car to make it faster. Or like let's use an example, like in your car, you got the Bluetooth. Bluetooth is connected. So you have a regular speaker, your regular radio. But if you want to connect Bluetooth, you plug it in. But the adapter is there just in case. Same thing with your brain. The adapter is there for you to use telepathy. Now here's the difference though. It takes 3,000 years for it to just be fully integrated to be easy to use. Now you have to do work to put it together. Just like a car, the equipment is there. If you want to put the turbo or the supercharger, you got to put the work to put it in. But nevertheless, the car was equipped to do that. Same thing with your brain, guys. Look, that's why you have 2 voices. One voice you can speak now, the other voice you can speak in your head. Why do you have 2 voices then? Think about that. I can say my name Mark. I just say my name Mark in my head and I heard it, 2 voices. So our brains are equipped. So when you get into the higher elevation of these higher dimensions or higher consciousness, you'll be able to use telepathy right now. And you can influence things. If you want to bring more money, see the money. You want to bring more abundance, see the abundance. You want to talk to someone, you can talk to them. Now, they may not be able to talk back to you because they don't know this information, but they'll feel you, they'll get the information. But the point is, you are now mastering your mind. You're now in that domain. You know, and they say with these higher beings of intelligent beings, you know, that come from other dimensions, they don't speak with their voices. They speak telepathically. When you get information, it comes in telepathically. It's coming from that higher source. It's coming from higher up. So those are the 5 signs that you are moving into a 5D ascension. So what do you do when you start to experience these signs? Just basically keep the flow going. Just focus, keep it going, and you'll experience it. Now look, there's something you must know, and I'm going to show you something. As human beings, we have jealousy, envy, strife, war, wickedness. When you get to a higher being, none of that exists. Higher intelligence and higher beings don't see that, because they've evolved so much that they're entangled with pure consciousness. Now everything is in a state of flow. That's where you are going. Right now, we are low dimensional beings of consciousness, because we have jealousy, envy, strife, war, dislike. So we're on a lower plane right now. So when you start to get these signs going, you know, like you have more compassion, the loss of fear, you don't have any judgment, you're now moving to a supreme being of conscious awareness. That's where you want to be. And that's how you do it. So, Mark, how can I get there? What's the best word to get there? Well, the best way, the easiest way to start to get to that level is reprogram the subconscious mind. From all these blocks and these limiting beliefs you have to release those. Once we release those, then we'll start to elevate, to ascend. It holds us back. The next step, free your mind from your ego. Disassociate yourself from that mind of judgment, enviness, jealousy, wants everything, pride, anger. Got to free yourself from that mind. It's there, it's a logical mind, it's still going to help you, but you have to disassociate yourself. Use it for what it's there for. Visualize, see the desire, let go. But that's how you get to those levels of ascension. And the most intriguing one I find is the ability to use telepathy. Because again, everything is entangled. I mean, many of you have done this all along. You think of somebody, they call you, you send signals. I do this all the time. You know what I used to do? I'm going to show you this. Sometimes I'll sit back and there's a whole group of people, like a busy park, and I'll just sit there. And then I'll do this with the animals or anything. And I'll watch people. And then I could pick somebody out and I'll just send them a telepathic message. I'll say, hey, turn around. Look. You know what? They always turn around and look. They don't know what happened. They just turn around. That's you interfering with that field. Same thing with animals. I can look and see an animal. I can call an animal and say, hey, this way. The animal will walk right to my direction. This takes practice. It takes discipline, of course. It takes meditation. But it does work. I do it. And the science there prove it is happening, because everything is information in the air. It's all there jumbled up. It's in qubits. And we're all connected. So those are something you got to think about. And once you start to get there, you start to elevate, you become another level, and you're on your way to 5-dimensional ascension. Thanks, guys.